Hi, my name is Tracy Cook. Join us for an enlightening conversation with a woman who's not just a leader in her field, but she is a game changer. She's blazing new trails and creating opportunities for others to follow. She is part of our faith-based Women in Business series. Carolyn Warren is a leader in her own field, and she has wisdom to share with us today that is going to shine a light on what it's like being a woman in business with faith-based values and beliefs. Welcome, Carolyn.
Well, thank you, Tracy. It is so wonderful to be with you and your audience today.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Now, I'm really intrigued. Tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are, and where you're from at the moment.
Well, presently, I am living in Sarasota, Florida. My husband and I, we moved here, and we've been here a little over a year. My husband and I have been married for 52 years, and 35 of those years we were pastored a church in Columbus, Ohio, here in the States. And about 4 years ago, we released the church to a younger group of young people, and we decided to retire and move to Florida. So we are enjoying being here in a warmer climate. And this has given me an opportunity to pursue some other interests. So presently, I am working as a women's leadership coach. Also, this last 4 years, I've authored 4 books. And so this is a really exciting time for me. And one of the things that I've been saying recently is that life starts after 65. So I'm having a lot of fun.
I love that. I love that so much. You know, we're never too old to dream another dream and
No,
reinvent ourselves. And, retirement doesn't mean the end of it. It just means
oh
the
no.
start of it.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people, when now that we're here in Florida, they ask, "Oh, do you all golf?" Well, no, we're too busy. We've got too much to do to be wasting our time on a golf course. So,
I absolutely love that. So 35 years as a pastor in a church, that's an experience within itself. And I'm really interested as well, Carolyn, and if you could share with us, based on all this wonderful wisdom and lived experiences that you do have, what way do you believe your faith has equipped you with unique strengths and perspectives that has helped you succeed in your businesses and now your retirement endeavors?
well, for me, my faith is a byproduct of my relationship with the Lord. And so that relationship sort of shapes everything else that I do, how I process life, how I approach business, how I work with clients, and what I feel is available for not only me but for the people that I am working with. And it is because of my relationship with God that I recognized that my life had purpose. And because my life had purpose, I had been endowed with talents and gifts to be effective and to have influence and have impact. And so it is. Uh, my life has been about how can I serve? How can I give? How can I equip? How can I empower someone else? And that is actually what led me into the field of coaching. I came to, we've always, coming from a Christian background, having overseen a church, we've always been concerned about the individual and helping people address whatever issues they may be facing in order for them to be the very best person that they could possibly be. And I realized that about 4 years ago that, you know, I didn't know it all. And I needed, there were some other strategies, and that there were other tools that I could acquire in order to help people fulfill their dreams and live their purpose. And so that led me through a series of events into coaching. And it has just been a great opportunity, not only to, sometimes with as spiritual leaders, people expect for you to just show up and tell them what to do. Coaching has allowed me to help them walk through the process, and we can come up with solutions together. So it's not me telling you, but it's me helping you to determine, okay, what are the options? What is it that you see? Because at the end of the day, you want to equip the person to be healthy in every aspect of their lives.
Absolutely. I like how you're really focusing on the individual and the individual needs. And, we got to meet people where they're at and where their desire level is
Mm-hmm.
and what their unique situations are. And that's really important to shine a light on that as well, because sometimes, coaches, they like to just speak to everyone. And when you speak to everyone, you
Mm-hmm.
speak to no one. So that's a
Right.
really important, powerful point that you brought up there as well. And what are some of the specific ways that you incorporate maybe social responsibility into your business practices, and how do you measure the impact of those efforts as well?
Well, my husband and I, when we were pastoring our church, we were rather unique. And in that, not only were we pastors and feeding and equipping people spiritually, but we also felt that it was necessary to equip the person in every aspect of their lives. So that meant in education, in their careers. And so we started several businesses, and we started those businesses, number one, because we wanted people to see that being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is something that we can all do. And starting those businesses also allowed us to feed people, spiritually through the church, but also to employ them and teach them employment skills, and to work with them on some of the areas that may possibly they were lacking, and provide training for them so that they could move beyond the employment that we could offer to something greater. And so, we had started a home health in our church. We also started a daycare center, and both of those businesses are still thriving. And in both of them, and of course, the regulations have changed over the years. But when we started both of those businesses, they weren't really technical. So we could bring someone who didn't have a job, bring them in, train them, give them a job and teach them a skill. And as those positions began to be more regulated, then we would bring in teachers and, provide workshops. So some of those individuals ended up being with us, are still with us. And all along, they have progressed in their career and become very valuable participants in our culture and society because of the business that we started. And those individuals have been able to teach other people who have come in. And one of the things that has been so unique for us is that we have seen a cycle of legacy that we like to call to say. You know, we've had people who started in our daycare center, who's now their children's children, their grandkids are now in the daycare center. And so that just, you know, it is so awesome to be able to see that what you've started is continuing. And it's never been about running ads or anything. It's always been about, you know, word of mouth. And so that has been our feedback, that people are saying, oh, you need to take your child to that daycare center, or, oh, you know, you need some in-home health care for a loved one. And I know the agency that you should go to.
Isn't that amazing? You know, we hear this word legacy so often, and some people attach it to financial wealth, right? The legacy, the inheritance, but the legacy is passing it down from generation to generation to break those generational curses and chains that sometimes affect families, not only in their financial blueprint, but in their hearts as well, to be able to empower the next generation with tools and resources and gifts and love and empathy, and to build out that community and that culture of love and hope as well. I absolutely love how you named it the legacy, because that's what it is. And this is the this is the whole reason behind the podcast and the series, and talking to amazingly extraordinary people like you, Carolyn, that are literally changing and saving lives and creating hope, sometimes where there is no hope as well. You know, it's giving someone that hand up, treating them like an individual, and, you know, giving them what they need to be able to go out into the world and create their own legacies and movements and cultures and communities. I absolutely, it warms my heart to hear stories like that. It really does. And just a testimony, Carolyn, to you having that servant leader's heart as well, and to be able to really pour, you know, that love that you have for people to change our future almost as well. Have you ever faced a situation where your business or your entrepreneurial endeavors, your faith was maybe threatened or criticized because of your beliefs? And if so, how did you navigate through that situation?
Well, you know, I don't believe that I can recount an incident where, you know, we faced a situation where our business was threatened that I was aware of. Let me say that. But one of the things that we have always endeavored to do is, we are the face of our faith. We are the and in some ways it's not so much about talking about God or talking about faith, but it is letting you see how I live, letting you see, bringing you close so that you can see that what you see on a Sunday is what you see on a Friday or a Wednesday night or whatever. And when people see your genuineness, and when they see that you are authentic, that it's not just something that you're saying because it sounds good, but this is who you really are. We really do care about people. We really do want you to be able to prosper. We really do believe that you have a gift or a talent, and we want to help you to develop it. And so, you know, for us, it's, you know, it's been about, how can I show you that this lifestyle can be lived, and you can feel, you can be happy, you can find peace, and you can find wholeness and be normal. You know, you don't have to be religious. You can just be normal. and enjoy life and be very productive and very uh, impactful at the same time. And I believe that that is what people are looking for. Uh, it's not about, okay, I don't want you to do this, this, and this. And then you're stuck over here and, you can't do this and you can't do that. But no, look, um, God created us to be spirit, soul, and body. And all three of them must be nurtured and must be stewarded in order for us to be effective in the world, in the kingdom. And so you're looking at someone who loves to read, John Grisham novels, who loves the opera, who loves musicals. I mean, so you can have a full life and still put God first and still change people's lives and empower them to see the fullness of what is available to us when we walk in faith and have a relationship with God.
I love that. The person you see on a Sunday is the same person you're going to see on a Wednesday night, We just have to be authentic,
Mm-hmm.
People are sick of fake. People can see through
Yeah.
fake. Fake isn't sustainable.
No,
There's
it's
certain
not.
situations that
It's
calls for a different
tiring,
version.
exhausting.
Oh, so exhausting. Who wants to live like that? No, we just have to be real, because it's not sustainable and it's just going to eat away at us, and it's not going to create any change if we're not doing it from
No.
a place of genuine care or concern for our fellow
Mm-hmm.
man. Carolyn, you're just amazing. You are just dropping golden nuggets and powerful insights into your faith, your business, retirement. I absolutely
Mm-hmm.
love it. And have you found that your faith has provided you with a unique network of support, or have you had to seek it out? Because you've probably been the person that people have come to quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So do you
Mm-hmm.
have support for yourself as well? Do you have someone or a community that gives you support when you need it?
Yes, I do. We have a group of people that we, interact with and share dreams and support and questions about life and all of that. And I am also, so yes, on a personal level, and then also I am also a Maxwell Leadership team member. And so with John Maxwell and the leadership uh, um, um, teachings that he does and the books that he provides. And so that's a big network of people who are pursuing the same values, who are concerned about serving people and changing the world for the better. And so, yes, I do have a network of people. But, one of the things, if I could just share something, being here in Sarasota, we've just been here a little over a year. And so whenever you go into a new area, you're in some ways you are starting over. And I used to teach this class at the beginning of every year called one word. And so, just selecting one word to motivate you and inspire you throughout the year to stay on track. And I realized that this year, even though I had a support system, I didn't have the system here in the city. And so, but I believe that any challenge that we have, it's up to us to come up with a solution. And so it's, pushed me to, okay, now what are you going to do about this? And so I hadn't done the one word in a while, but so I did it for myself. And I said, okay, my one word this year is going to be initiate. So it's up to me to be in the driver's seat, when I know that there is a need to now connect in a new environment and not just to have networks in another city or online. And so it's been, interesting. Initiate, that means, I'm searching out women's groups and business groups geared towards women and entrepreneurs and that kind of thing, and getting out there. And so, if you don't have a support system, then it's very easy to step back and say, okay, nobody's looking for me. Well, put yourself in the driver's seat and go find what it is that you need and be the initiator.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, my word for this year is intentional. I love initiative as well, because as Mel Robbins repeatedly says, nobody is coming to save you, and we have to take 100% responsibility for our own lives. And if things don't change, things don't change. We have to take action. Nothing changes without action.
No.
And, going out face to face, meeting people, it's great to jump on a Zoom. I mean, I'm in Perth, Western Australia. You're in Florida. It's great that we can connect globally like this. But you know what would make it even better? If there's someone in your local area that you can go to, you get that hug, you look someone in the eye.
Yes.
You have those offline chats, right?
Right.
Energy around that. And it's coming back now after a couple of years of craziness. So we need to embrace that again. We need to have, we're designed as humans for, face-to-face connection. And if the next generation, our kids and our grandkids, if they aren't seeing us connecting as real humans, how are they going to talk as real humans? We have to lead by example. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And what advice would you give to other women in business that are maybe seeking to build a strong support system?
Well, I think I sort of got ahead of myself. And I think again, as we were saying, that it's up to you to be the initiator. And go out, touch people, go to luncheons, invite someone to lunch, and just really put yourself out there, so wherever people are. So and I think as you said, being intentional. One of the things that I have, one of my books is The Women at the Table, and it is about the power that women have to empower other women. And at the end of the book, I share the what I call my 3-minute rule, and it's that every day, or as often as you possibly can, you give someone 3 minutes of your time, intentional, uninterrupted. You're not looking for anything. You're just looking for someone to offload and make a distribution of whatever it is that you carry. And I remember once when I was in the grocery store and in the checkout line, and I'm a very patient person, so a couple people ahead of me, I could tell that they were getting a little frustrated and all this, and so I thought, what's going on? Anyway, when I got up to the teller, I realized what was going on. She was a new, and so she had a badge that said, "I'm training." And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to make sure she has the best day that she's ever had. And so, I just started telling her, oh, you are doing a fantastic job. I have been in your shoes, and I know what it's like when you're trying to learn and then you've got a line. And I said, I am the most perfect patient person in the whole world. So let's just take our time. And just, talking her through and saying, when I come back in a couple of weeks, this is going to be second hat, it's going to be, you won't even have to think about this process at all. But, being intentional in changing someone's life. And so you're not getting paid. She may not, I don't even know if I told her my name. Didn't know my name, but I know that I left an impression and I know that I impacted her life. And so sometimes we can get so concerned about what our needs are, but we need to stop thinking about ourselves and start thinking about others and giving whatever it is that we carry. So, I always encourage individuals that whatever it is that you've been blessed with, whatever your talents are, whatever it is that you have been gifted with, it's your responsibility to give it away every day. And that way you'll be refilled and you'll have more to give. So that's
Absolutely.
one of the things that I would share with women.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes. All of that. What kind of message would you like to leave the audience on today, Carolyn?
Well, I was on a podcast earlier and in the week, and I was talking with this young lady, and I'm just talking, and she said at the end, she said, I don't know if you realize what you said, but you were talking about evolving, and you were talking about never arriving, because wherever you are, you're always pushing the finish line, so that there's always an opportunity to grow. And so what I would like to leave with the listeners today is that keep pushing the finish line and continue to grow and never arrive, because there's always something else to learn. There's always something else that you can do. There's always something else that if you push it just a little bit, you're going further, and there's so much more. And so keep pushing the finish line so that you never finish. You just keep growing.
Keep pushing the finish line. What great words to leave our podcast, Faith-Based Women in Business episode on today with Carolyn Warren. Please check out the show notes where you can connect with her, join her community, and even take a look at her wonderful books as well. They will change your life, give you hope, and show empathy to a world that needs empathy. This is our Faith-Based Women in Business series. Please subscribe, comment, and share so we can shed more episodes of hope to the world. We will see you on the next Faith-Based Women in Business episode. Thank you, Carolyn, and we'll be sharing where to connect with you. Bye for now.